if you're having a mental battle between trying to decide going to see this or The Strangers Chapter 2, let me help you out. Let's talk about one battle after another. Hey guys, AGYT Abbott here. Welcome to my review for One Battle After Another. This is the new film from Paul Thomas Anderson, who has made such hits like Phantom Thread, Licorice Pizza. I haven't actually seen more than one of his movies well, now I've seen two. I've only seen Licorice Pizza, which I didn't really like. But look, the trailers made this look really great. It's got an awesome cast: Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, newcomer Chase Infinity, who's only had, I think, one big movie role before this, and she does great in this. You also got, like, Sean Penn, Regina Hall in there, a couple others that I'm probably missing. But this review will contain some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, definitely go check it out and come back to hear my thoughts. Let's get into this. So, this is a political thriller. Leonardo DiCaprio and his woman in this movie, which I can't remember the actress's name. I'm sorry. They are revolutionaries. They are a part of this resistance called the French 75, and over the course of the years, they eventually catch up to this woman. She dies. She gets killed by Sean Penn, Colonel Lockjaw. Oh, yes, that is his actual fucking name, Colonel Lockjaw. And he has a certain fascination with her, a sexual fascination with her, where he kind of lets her do whatever she wants as long as he kind of gets some out of it. And it's revealed during the third act of this movie that he's actually the father of Chase Infinity, Willa. So Willa's real father is Colonel Lockjaw, but her father that she always loves and that will always be her actual father is played by Leo. And he does a great job here. He's like, alright, I gotta go. I gotta get this, I gotta do this, I gotta go here, I gotta do that, I gotta get my daughter back. And he is stressed out to the max here, trying to take down Colonel Lockjaw and get his daughter back from these guys that have her. He has help from Benicio del Toro's character, Sensei. He gives him a weapon, he takes him out into the middle of nowhere, gets arrested because he was helping him. He's like, get out of the car! And, like, Leo jumps out of there at the end. There's a lot of craziness in this movie. The film is shot really well. A lot of great cinematography in there. There's a sequence using the hills. I thought they used the scenery there really well. That was pretty cool. The movie is 3 hours, almost 3 hours long, which is a lot to ask of somebody like me that isn't really into the political thriller genre. That's not a genre that really does it for me all the time. It's not a genre that pulls me in. And that's kind of where I get to my negatives on the movie, where it feels like it's a 4-hour movie condensed into a 3-hour movie, but it also at the same time also feels like it lasts over 3 hours. You know what I mean? It's complicated. A lot of the movie just kind of felt like it dragged a bit. It felt a bit choppy in moments, the editing of it. So that kind of dragged down my enjoyment of it. But I will watch this again to make sure that I'm, like, not crazy and I'm just, like, I don't know. It's just the fact that, like, I'm sitting there for 3 hours, can't get up, really, because I don't want to miss any of it. Maybe if I'm, like, at home and, like, I can just take a second, I can pause it and just take a second to, like, unpack and process everything, then maybe I'll appreciate it a bit more. I'm not sure. But I think it is a good movie overall. It's just not a genre that particularly piques my interest, because I go to the movies to escape shit like the politics, and while this movie is not, like, it's not pushing it in your face or anything, there is, there's that angle to it. I did really like the resolution to the story, at least Leo's story. He finds his daughter after all this bullshit she has to go through. There's a bounty hunter sent after her. Regina Hall has to get her out of her school before it's raided, and she brings her to this nun coven, and they get her out of there. Lockjaw gets her out of there, gets this bounty hunter to take her to somewhere where she's set to be killed, but the bounty hunter changes his mind, doesn't want her to die, so he kills all those guys for her. Then she escapes, and she manages to catch up to this other guy that was sent to kill her and Lockjaw, because they find out that Lockjaw was having relations with this other woman. And I'm like, okay, so he's pretty corrupt, and he probably needs to die. He's a problem. He shouldn't be on this case. So, the guy tracks Lockjaw down and shoots him right in the face and makes him crash his vehicle, which, honestly, I was a bit unsatisfied by because I wanted Leo to be the one to kill him. But then you get something kind of even more satisfying to me, where he survives that somehow. He gets shot in the face, there's a piece of his face missing, and he gets out of this car wreck, and he goes back to the headquarters there, and they're like, all right, we're gonna welcome you back with open arms. He's got a nasty scar. Oh god, it looks gnarly. The practical effect there looks really great. I really think, I think I was really thinking that, like, oh, like, he's actually going to be there's no way that after all that he's going to be reinstated. No, they're not reinstating him. They're like, yeah, here's your office. Oh, I forgot your keys to your office. I'll be right back. And they close the door behind him, and he sits down, and then he looks, and he notices an air vent, and before he can kind of put it together, he's already fucked. They gas him. They put gas in his room and kill him, and then put him in a friggin' incinerator. I was like, you know what? That's even more satisfying somehow, because he thought he was good. He thought, all right, I've made it back in. I'm gonna get back on that mission, and then he dies. That is just fucking funny. Overall, guys, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I think it can maybe be pushed to an 8 with another rewatch if I do feel the way I feel about it. If I just kind of process it and take it all in and think about it a bit more. Because sometimes these 3-hour movies, I come back to them and I enjoy them even more than I did first going off. So, like, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, like, two of the most recent ones I can remember. When I first watched them, I only liked them a bit. When I went back and watched them, I enjoyed them a hell of a lot more. So maybe that'll happen with this, who knows. But overall, great performances, great filmmaking all around. Paul Thomas Anderson is a director that I do want to try and get to more work of. I want to see more of his work, because this was enough to warrant me to be like, yeah, I need to check out this guy's work, because this is a solid job here. Alright, so that's going to be it for the review. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.